Hey there, welcome to the pod. Today we're going to continue our series on MVP candidates, talking about my favorite, and I think a lot of people's favorite right now, the Joker, the Smoker, the Midnight Toker,
Hmm.
Nikola
Who said
Jokic,
that? Who said that recently that you took that from?
continuing his tear across the league right now, averaging nearly a triple double for what about the fourth or fifth straight year. 26.2 points, 12.2 rebounds, 9 assists, fourth in rebounds, fourth in assists. He's got his team primed for another championship run. As long as him and Murray stay healthy, they're going to be real hard to beat. What do you guys think about Jokic's year so far? Is there really any challenger for him for MVP, or is it his to take home?
So I think that Jokic is having a better year this year than he had last year, which is really saying something. I think this is very likely his best year so far, at least from an individual perspective. And now that Joel Embiid is kind of out of the conversation, I just don't think that there's really anybody who's going to be able to challenge a near triple double. If anything, Jokic's assist numbers have been creeping up over the last few weeks, and there's a real chance that he could finish the season averaging a triple double. And he's had 32 games this year so far with 25 points and 5 assists and rebounds, which is how many he had all of last year. And we're only a little bit more than halfway through the year. So I think that he's on pace to completely outstrip himself in terms of how he played last year. And I thought he should have won the MVP last year. So if he doesn't win it this year, based on what he's doing right now, it will be absolute highway robbery. And I don't think they'll do that to him again. I think this year he's got a little bit more of the narrative on his side. Embiid's not going to be there to challenge him. And yeah, it's his
Before
for the
you
take.
start, Colin, I want to make the point that last year he had this narrative behind him of like he can't win at all. He's puts up amazing regular season numbers, but crumbles during the playoffs. I think we all said it when the playoffs started that the Nuggets were pretenders. That all three of us, I remember, in fact, us saying that when they get into a playoff series against the Suns, you'll see, what happens. And we were very wrong. He showed it that his style of play and his game can win a championship. So I think that's to Riley's point, definitely changed the narrative for him. His scoring has ticked up, his rebounds have ticked up a little bit. So yeah, he's in a good spot.
I I agree. I mean, he's the presumptive favorite, and for a reason. He makes everyone on his team better. Everybody like KCP is like a valued player, and everybody's
Aaron
like
Gordon,
Aaron Gordon. Yeah, he's a key component. And I'm not saying he wasn't talented before that, but he's viewed as such a great piece. And the Joker just makes everyone better. It's tough to stop. It's fun to watch. He doesn't complain. He complains to the refs, but I mean, media wise, silent as a peep. Here's the thing: there is a chance somebody wins MVP and takes it from him, and it's the word you guys have said a couple times, that narrative word. There's a guy that can catch him, and his name's SGA.
ooh,
So late in the season, if the Thunder go on a tear, I don't know off the top of my head, I don't know the schedule, but if there's a late season matchup between SGA and the Joker, and the Thunder are kind of going a streak leading into that game, and ESPN, it's on ESPN, and the media starts running with it, that could give SGA, and the Thunder win, and SGA has like a 45 bomb or something. That could take,
22 of them at the free throw line.
yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter because the stat line will read 45 and right. So I think that that's the only way that somebody catches him at this point. I think that SGA would be the only guy, and it's only because of a thing we like to call voter fatigue. I don't think that I think Jokic should win it, but we've seen before in the past, LeBron probably should have won it 6 years in a row. Love the guy or hate the guy. In his prime athletic peak, he was just a freak. And every year, he's going to the finals and everything. And he didn't. And it's because of voter fatigue. And yes, last year Embiid won it, so there's a gap. But everybody loves the shiny new thing. And if SGA goes on a spree and then beats Jokic in a huge game, I could see it. I still think Jokic will win it, but I'm just saying this is the scenario I could see it.
Yeah, there is a lot of the season left to be played. There could, an injury or a slide or something like that could change a lot of things. But I do think it is his to win right now. As far as just style of play, uh, from a personal standpoint, he's my favorite player to watch play right now, I think. It's like watching great art or something. It's just artistry, the way he makes everyone around him better. The passes, the angles, the little flip shots the beautiful smooth 3-point stroke. He's just got it all dialed, and it's fun to watch. Last year during the playoffs, I was sort of remember he honestly brought out like, oh yeah, this is why I like basketball. It's like the Spurs from the 2014 Spurs when they, just were zipping the ball around, moving the ball around. That's my favorite style of basketball to watch.
Shout out Boris Diaw.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The Warriors did it pretty well for a number of years too. Although I didn't like to watch that as much for whatever reason, that was not as fun for me to watch. But yeah, it's beautiful to watch him play.
It is. It is absolutely beautiful. And I think that he's gotten smoother and better over the last couple of years. His shot, particularly, it's still like he's so big that like a really big guy, it just takes a while to wind up. But his shot is looking more and more like Dirk every year. And that's a scary thing for the rest of the league. The fact that it not only looks like that and looks consistent every time he puts it up, but that it's going in with a really high percentage. When he takes a three now, even sometimes with a hand in his face, it doesn't look like a challenged shot. It looks like exactly what he meant to do, and it goes in regularly. And it's just his accuracy is unparalleled with passing, with shooting. It's amazing to watch. And yeah, the voter fatigue thing is an interesting point, but I think it's more than just a gap. The fact that Embiid won it last year, I think that everyone also knows, or some people know, that he got robbed last year. And so the voter fatigue thing, I think, loses a little bit of its steam because of the fact that they got to make up for the injustice that was done last year, too.
This has definitely been our most glazing video. We definitely all like the Joker, don't we? Hard
Yeah,
not to
I
like him
mean,
personality wise and play wise.
yeah.
Yeah, he's the GOAT, right? He's the GOAT right now. Obviously, there's a few guys that are competitive with him. We'll see what Giannis is able to do. We'll see what if Embiid can come back. But I mean, I think he's pretty much got the crown right now.
Yeah. Not much else to add. My favorite thing about him is at the beginning, when you see him score, you kind of want to use the L word, lucky. Like, oh, that was a lucky shot. Because he just looks like he just flails it up there. But literally, that's just how he scores.
Every time.
Every time,
He
like you
shoots
said, hand in his
60% doing
face,
that.
just flips it up like kind of unathletically over your head, and it goes in every time. Every time. So it's fun to watch.
Joker MVP favorite right now. Who do you guys think's gonna win the MVP? Is SGA the main competition right now? Is somebody else? Let us know in the comments down below. Thank you for watching from the logo. We will see you next time.
Bye.